Welcome everyone to another conversion lab. I'm your host slash co-host, Cameron Evans, aka the guy with the dogs in the background. And then we also have the famous Eric Zarate, aka the guy who's always holding the camera. And we're gonna get
AKA
into
Eric Zarate.
aka my last name is Karate, but what is he? And we're going to get into some social media stuff today. We've had requests about social media and specifically uploading reels to Instagram. And we just wanted to walk you all through our process and how we do that. Because, Instagram, it's very interesting. I think there's two activities that a real estate agent should be doing at all times. One is building brand, right? Just letting as many people know. And now with, social media, YouTube, all the platforms that we have access to that are free to upload content to, and also have billions of people on, we should always be, expressing our business and expressing ourselves through those channels. And then at the same time, we should also be selling, right? There should be people that we're talking to every single day, whether it's personal business for yourself or the leads that you're getting from the team. You should be always doing those two things every single day as a real estate agent, as a real estate salesperson. Some trainers call it like you're getting long-term business, and then there's like right now business, and then there's long-term business. Andrew, I know he teaches his book of business, so you always have 30, 60, 90, right? And so these activities contribute to more so, I want to say, the longevity of your business and getting it to a point to where, people are um, looking you up when they first meet you, and when they find you, they can see like, oh wow, this person's really active. They just sold a home, they just put someone into escrow, they have a tip on buying a home, they have a tip on different mortgage products that I can leverage as a veteran. They're very active, and it just translates to an individual that this individual knows what they're doing, and I really like them if they actually really like you. And so yeah, so you should always be building brand and always be selling at the same time. Today we're going to be talking about building brand. There is a selling aspect to Instagram and TikTok and all those other social platforms. However, we could talk about that a different day. So Eric, do you want to show it or do you want me to show it?
I think you should go ahead and start.
Heck yeah, I get excited about this stuff. So hold on. So I'm going to log into Zoom real quick. And so yeah, we're going to be going over not so much the topics of what to post and recording and hold on, I'm just turning off my volume. All right, cool. Oops. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Um, so we're going to be going over posting onto Instagram and not so much like I want to say like the strategy. There's a whole strategy to posting content. I do want to give you all the top three pieces of content that are working really, really well for us on the Warburton Instagram. If nobody's following us, it's at Warburton Props. And you literally see all of the tactics and all the strategies that we are deploying. So like everything we're telling you about, like we actually practice this, and I believe it's right now where we are generating, I want to say like 80 to 100 new followers every single month of our what we call ICP. ICP is ideal customer profile. So for the Warburton team, we want to attract real estate agents. And so what all the stuff, all of the principles and fundamentals that we do on our social media accounts, you all can copy. The only difference is you're targeting home buyers, you're targeting first-time home buyers, you're targeting first-time home sellers or VA buyers and veteran buyers. You're just targeting a different demographic. That's it. That's the only difference. But when it comes to the posting schedule, when it comes to actually posting to Instagram, this is exactly what we're doing and what's working for us. And then at the same time, we also like kind of like a secondary audience that we have on Instagram, a secondary ICP, if you will, is home buyers and home sellers. And this is why we, post content of the real estate agents anytime we're filming them in the office or anytime they film something on their own. And so At the end, I will share or Eric or either one of us will share like the top three pieces of content that is working very, very well. Literally, these pieces of content consistently get us thousands of views on our platform. And so yes. And so getting into posting on IG. So what I'm going to do is go into sharing my screen. It's very simple, very, very simple stuff. So everybody give me a thumbs up if you could see my screen. Can you see my screen, Eric?
Yes, I can.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to start from the beginning. So here is our Instagram account, the Warburton Props, right? And so first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this big plus sign at the bottom of the screen, right? So boom, right there in the middle of the screen. And then it gives you access to all the videos and photos and all that good stuff that you have on your camera reel in your phone. And so I'm gonna take a video of Andrew because I know the majority of us are doing videos. So I'm just going to, well, actually before I do that, do you all see the post story reel at the bottom that I'm just like scrolling through right now? These are the different types of posts that you can do on Instagram. A post is just a general post. A story is when it goes into that little circle icon at the top. And then a reel is what we're going to be posting today. Reels can't be no longer than, what is it, Eric? 90 seconds?
Reels 90 seconds, and then if you wanted to post a video as a post, you can go up to I think 3 minutes now.
Oh, wow. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Amazing. I didn't know that. And so perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this video of Andrew, the middle one. So all you do is select it. If you want to select multiple clips, you could just continue selecting the videos that you want to select. But for right now, I'm just going to select Andrew's video. In this video, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but in this video, Andrew's talking about a little tactic that he used to use when he did open houses in order to secure appointments in those open houses. Because I know one of the biggest problems for real estate agents is they do open houses, they do a great job of bringing traffic to it, they put out all their signs the morning of, and they do a really great job of bringing traffic to it. However, when the people come in, they either don't want to sign in to the sign-in sheet or they real estate agents struggle to have those type of conversations in order to turn it into, hey, let me go show you property next weekend, or hey, you got a home to sell, let me come out and give you a free property valuation for your home. And so yeah, so Andrew was just going into his tactic on how he does this and how he got appointment after appointment after appointment in all his in all his open houses. And so I have that on here. Now, it was a regular video, but what I did was, I don't know if you all can see this menu that I'm scrolling through at the bottom. There is a icon that is the CC, and that is the subtitles that you're seeing in the video. And it's so simple. Like all you do is just tap it. So obviously it's about to layer on another subtitle on top of my subtitle. But all you do is tap it and you can see what's now generating those subtitles. So obviously it looks horrible because it's layered on subtitles on top of subtitles. But it's super simple. Very, very simple. And so let's say I want to fix this, right? Because obviously, it doesn't really look good with subtitles on top of subtitles. So there is this like little faint arrow above that row of icons. And as soon as you tap that, it takes you to, actually, you have to scroll upwards. And so as soon as you swipe up on it, it takes you to actually, the timeline, what they call it in the editing world. It takes you to the timeline of what's going on in this video, right? And so what I can do to take these captions off is, so I'm going to keep existing, um, delete all captions. So I mean, yeah, I'm just going to delete all captions. I don't, you all don't need to know how to do that. So I just basically deleted all the captions because it already has captions on it, right? And I'm not going to go through each of these icons, but there's so much that you can do within Instagram's editing platform to edit the video, right? As you can see, I accidentally changed the hue or the color of the video. You could change the color of it. You could add stickers to it. You could add text to it. You could add any sort of audio. You could add more clips to it. And to be honest, you could just do whatever you want with your video clips. And so, yeah, as long as it is within the 90-second framework, 90-second time period for Reels, then you should be good. A little tip that I would do is Instagram's platform, it's meant for scrolling. That's what every single one of us do. When we go on Instagram, we just scroll. Oh, cool video. Scroll, scroll, scroll. And so there's this thing in the marketing world called stop the scroll, which means it's a captivating enough video to where people aren't just scrolling by your videos. So I would suggest just like a little tip, make sure that what they call your hooks, which is basically the first 3 seconds of your video, make sure it's something captivating. Make sure it's something that gets somebody's attention. It makes them stop scrolling. And so examples of some hooks are sometimes very controversial topics. Example of a hook for Andrew would be try this open house tactic to generate unlimited appointments, right? And I can literally write that out, right? And so I would literally just go to the text in the beginning at the left-hand corner. I'm going to tap text, and then now I'm going to write something, right? Generate unlimited appointments at your next open house, right? And I'm going to put that right here. So now when somebody's watching this, they see a guy who looks like a very seasoned real estate agent, along with this title of Generate Unlimited Appointments at your next open house. This is an acquired skill set. You're not going to hit the right hook every single time. It's just like, I mean, I come from the sports world, so it's just like dribbling a basketball. You don't start playing basketball and you know how to do all the in between the legs and all the behind the back. You don't know how to do any of that stuff. You barely know how to keep the dribble alive. And so it's the same thing with hooks. It's an acquired skill. You have to practice it over and over and over, post every single day. And I believe Andrew has you all posting, I think it's 3 times a week of your content. And so okay, so I have that on there, and then I'm just going to hit done. And so now you could see what popped up in my time frame is that little title that's on there, right? And then as the little yellow marks around the title, I can go in here and edit it or do whatever I want to it. So I'm just going to delete that, right? And so once you're done completely messing around with your video and editing it the way that you want to edit it, you would go to, let me move my thing. You would go to the purple arrow at the top right-hand corner. You tap that, right? And it takes you now to setting up the little thumbnail on the reel and then also adding your caption. I'm not going to get into captions. Make the caption what you believe people would want to read in the caption. I'm not going to get into hashtags or any of that or any of the settings or like customized settings that go into these. There is a little bit strategy with this depending on what type of piece of content that you're posting. But I just want to keep it super simple for you all just to post your reels. And so, but you're going to go in there and you're going to edit the cover. You're going to choose what cover that you want. And so I want that one where it looks like he's in the middle of talking. When you go ahead and tap on the profile grid at the top, so I'm just going between profile grid and cover. Profile grid is when someone's on that search page, that's what it looks like. And so I'm going to just go back to my cover because I want it, that's what I want it to look like. And then I'm going to tap done at the top right-hand corner. So boom, right? And then I'm going to come here and add my caption. And I'm going to say generate unlimited. Well, our team did this one tactic to generate unlimited amounts, unlimited appointments at our open houses. Try it, right? Super simple, right? And then it's like asking to do all the hashtags. So I'm just going to put my branded hashtags in there, TWT, the Warburton team, all that good stuff, right? And then you could tag people if you like. You can add your location, et cetera, et cetera. And again, like I'm not going to get into like the customized settings of everything just because I just want to make it super simple for you all. But then once you are done with this, you're going to go and head and tap on share. As soon as you hit share, it's going to take like a minute or two for you to upload this video to your Instagram and that's it. Like it's really that simple. Um, yeah, and I think those like fundamental, practices, just uploading content to Instagram. It's very similar across all social media channels where you change the caption, you add your media, you customize your media, and then you simply tap the upload to Instagram. Does anybody have any questions regarding Instagram or just social media in general? No? Did I do a good job of going over it?
You did. I guess one question. Do
Mhm.
you do you guys monitor like when the best time to post a video is where people get the most traffic?
Yeah, so I mean, this is going into a little detail. Was that Mirka?
Hmm.
Yes.
Hey.
I made it.
Nice. So yes, so we actually, I don't know if I'm still sharing my screen. Am I still sharing my screen here?
No, not anymore.
Oh, got it. Let me see if I can share my screen because I'm going to show you where to find this. Like basically Instagram, all of its like metrics that Instagram pulls up, it tells us like when the best times are to post. And so I'm going to just show you where that's at. Dun, dun. Okay, I see I'm sharing my screen now. So in Instagram, if you go to your home page, right, by just tapping your home page on the right-hand side, and then you go to professional dashboard right there in the middle where it says 44,000 views in the last 30 days. When you tap on that, it gives you some data. And then when you tap on let's see where the one that you're looking for, the time to post. I believe if we tap on views, so this, and then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Let's see, where is it at?
How fitting that the two most popular posts that we've posted are about Merca.
Our American.
And
That's funny.
coincidentally, I've actually closed $1 million buyer from Instagram.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh. No
Recently?
biggie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Light work, you know.
Light
They
work.
do, yeah. Especially if and I've also noticed that if you put the location, like if it's like a property tour or a property video, people will search like homes for sale in Ontario or homes for sale Ontario, that hashtag,
Mhm.
and they'll reach out to you directly.
I love that.
Wow.
Amazing. Tips from Mirka. I'm like looking for it. I think so. Instagram's always updating. Here it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so hold on, let me go back to it just so everybody sees. So I went to basically just going back a step, professional dashboard. When you tap on that, and then you go to new followers, so the 44 where ours is. And when you tap on that, and then you scroll all the way down to the bottom, it shows you like when our followers are most active. And so on each day, so you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you can see the bars changing because it's showing when people are most active and engaging with our content. For us, it's between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. And so for us, when we're like strategizing on like, okay, when's the best time to post? We now know like, oh, let's try something at 6 a.m. Let's post something at like 5:55. Let's see how that works. Let's post something at 9:05. Let's see how that works. 12. And so like, and obviously it depends on the day too. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty consistent across the board because I think the majority of our audience is real estate agents. Real estate agents work 24/7. And so it's like the same pattern all throughout the week. But yeah, that's how you find it.
Got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Any other questions?
I think when there was an agent that came up to me a couple of like about a month or two ago, and he had asked if I had any tips for him when he was editing, while, any tips for how to edit his Instagram Reels.
Mhm.
And a really like one that I think I would encourage everybody to do is to find that style, and use that across your entire. Sorry, give me a sec.
Mhm.
Use that across your entire timeline, right? So if you find a font that, I mean, Instagram doesn't have like the most amount of styles or the most amount of like personalization as like something like Canva. But if you just if you pick one of the fonts and one of the colors that Instagram provides and just use that across your entire timeline just to keep things a little bit more tidier, I think it'll also help to create branding to your timeline, to your grid, and also just to keep things consistent so that, you know, when you find that right client that does like your aesthetic, they know that they can find, if they like one post, they know they can go through all your other posts and like the same thing. And it just keeps your grid looking a lot tidier if you just keep it to one, like a single color, like maybe like an entire shade of blue, or if you just use the same font over and over again, as opposed to just trying out different things. So yeah, that's a really good piece of advice that I would advise all agents to do.
Yes, 100%. I appreciate that, Eric. We appreciate you, Eric.
Thank you. I know I've been talking so much today.
Um, yeah, and so yeah, I appreciate that. Um, what was the other thing that I was gonna say? Oh, the top performing post for us. So one is I kind of don't want to give this away because this is like so good. Y'all should be paying for this. So I'm gonna put my Cash App in the
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
We'll have a tip jar over on
Yeah.
the
And
table
when you
if you
guys
guys ever pass by.
Yep, you guys ever pass by, we'll take some tips. No, so okay, so literally this piece of content y'all can go out and do literally right now after we are done with this conversion lab. So amenities, local amenities, hiking trails, restaurants, coffee shops, baristas, pubs, any cool stuff that like only locals would know that stuff. Man, every time we post this, we get thousands and thousands of views.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. And here's the reason why. From a branding perspective, I love this because the thousands of views are all local individuals. These are all individuals that reside, for the most part, or are about to reside, or are from the area that you're posting in. And so amenities, and so basically, yeah, it's basically that, like restaurants and going to we like specifically partnering with local businesses. And literally Eric goes in there and he tells them, "Hey, I'm a part of the Warburton team. Are you guys okay if we create some sort of content for you all?" And what local business says no to that? Literally none of them say no.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then he creates a video of a couple clips of the experience that an individual would have being in that place, being in that local business. And then once he takes that content and he puts it on Instagram, there's one key thing that you have to do to get literally thousands, right? You have to invite the local business as a collaborator on Instagram, right? You have to invite them as a collaborator on Instagram. It's a simple setting in the customization part that I was showing you. It's a simple setting where you tag them. Sorry, you don't tag them, you invite them as a collaborator, but in the setting in Instagram, it's the add tag button. And then when you tap that, it asks you, do you want to tag them or do you want to invite them to collaborate? And the reason why you invite them to collaborate is because when they accept your collaboration, that post is now posted on their channel. And that's where all the views come from. Because as soon as you post it on their channel, now it's posted to their audience. And see, now I can virtually see the wheels spinning for a couple of you all. Because now you're like, if you're strategic like Eric, because Eric brought the idea, it was like, wait a second, let's go to the local businesses who have the biggest followings, right? Mind blown.
Mind blown.
Yes. We
Yeah, I mean,
literally,
I think also a lot like right now, local businesses are kind of gaining traction with like they're kind of like becoming like cult classics around like neighborhoods.
Mhm.
So if you find a restaurant that you even like you're going to find, especially around like Temecula, like a lot of these restaurants around here that are like hip and trendy, that have that like cursive neon font sign, they will have an Instagram account and they will definitely have a TikTok account. So you can kind of like start to see what their marketing strategy is, which is just to get their name out as much as possible. And
Yes.
also if I was like a restaurant, I would want to show newcomers or people just checking me out that there are a lot of people, even influencers, coming to my restaurant. So if you come up to these restaurants being like, hey, like I'm a real estate agent, I think the first thing that will come to their mind is like, oh, like this is like free influencing opportunities just, coming at me. And also like when I go up to like restaurants and I ask like to speak to a manager so I could, ask them if I could even film in there. I kind of like make it a point to say like I like don't worry about like I will pay for the food. Like I never really ask for like a discount because like that's just like like you want to pay for the food. You don't want to be that person that's like, hey, I'm gonna post you on Instagram and then I'm also gonna ask for like everything for free. So yeah, it's like the easiest thing that you can do to one, show people in the area that you're a real estate agent and that you're kind of like smart in your strategy with like getting known in your area. And yeah, it's like the easiest thing to do. And it's proven to work even on our Instagram page where I think I went to there's this place called Cafe 86 and I just looked up I think like boba tea near me, and I live in Fontana, and the nearest one was in Rancho. So I drove over and I filmed a couple of videos, and like I just posted it, not really like even like looking at their Instagram. And after I collaborated and they accepted the collaboration is when I actually knew that they even had an Instagram at all. And I saw that they have like thousands of followers. They have locations all over Southern California and like the OC and LA. And we got, I think, like over 100 likes on the Cafe 86 like tea place. And it was just like a random place that I like looked up boba spots near me in Fontana. So yeah, like they're literally everywhere. Like there's like kind of like free advertising and everywhere.
Everywhere.
I
Everywhere.
can I get some private instructions on this at another time because I want to make sure I don't step my bounds, but my client has 750,000 followers on his Instagram account.
Mhm.
So I want to learn more about this, but I don't want to step on on my own foot. I just closed them, but I'd sure love to leverage his followers.
Mhm. Yeah, there's definitely like a delicate dance when it comes to like the words that you use when
Mhm.
asking for any type of like collaboration. But yeah, like we'd for sure be able to like speak privately, like if
Yeah.
one day then you come to the office so we can like kind of like brainstorm some ideas for you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to burn a bridge either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's definitely like a fine line that you have to like walk across.
Yeah. So Cliff, like when you come from the perspective of like giving to them, like they like every single one, like because that's all my verbiage is like what's in it for you. Like and even when I remember when Eric first started doing this for us, I remember we were brainstorming like what should we tell them to actually do a video? Should we just like walk in and start, filming the place? But I was like, no, we should ask permission first. And that ask, it's basically saying like, hey, we are producing content for local businesses because we're here supporting local businesses in your area, right? And we found this place on Google or on Yelp or whatever. We thought it was a really cool place. Are you okay with us creating a video about this place in order to bring more exposure to the business? Notice all my language is what's in it for them. Like it's not for me. Like the only thing that I'm doing is creating a video for the business. But my language and how I sell it is, hey, this is what's in it for you. We really care about local businesses because we do, right? And this is a really cool shop, right? I have a really cool like nostalgic arcade in the Pasadena area where I'm at. And so like that place, I'd be like, dude, like this place is so cool. Like more people need to know about this. And I'm a local real estate agent. I go around and I put spotlight on local businesses like this just to bring you all more exposure. I'm gonna post it on. Are you okay with me creating a video? Perfect. Hey, when I create it, who's running your social media so I can invite you to collaborate and you're gonna know to collaborate because I want to bring as much exposure to your business as possible. And again, it's everything for them. Like what's in it for them, for them, for them. It's like Andrew teaches this all the time for, when you all are talking to buyers and sellers, it's the same thing. You're not saying like, oh, me, as a real estate agent, I do this and I have a big team and I have da 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 da. No, it's like you walk in, it's like, all right, how can I help you? Let's first figure out where you're at, right? And then I can tell you how I can help you. So it's the same thing. It's kind of like the same type of pitch to the local businesses. And I'm telling you, like for everyone, very rarely do businesses say no because it's free, right? It's
I've
like,
actually never had a single business say no to me.
mm-mm.
Yeah,
Me
they
neither.
just the only thing that I've gotten was like make sure not to get anybody's face in like the video, which is like valid. In one of like there was like a ramen place that I went to. Well, like there's no way to get around not getting somebody's face if you're like showing how busy it is, and especially like if it's a busy place. So I went in there on CapCut and actually like blurred people's faces just so
Mm,
that like that wouldn't be an issue. But just to like piggyback off of what Cameron said about not making it all about you and this kind of just like it's more about for the restaurant
mm,
is if you notice one like our videos that our amenity videos and our business videos and any business and amenity videos that you see on your timeline, none of them follow like the vlog style anymore. None of them are, like me getting my phone and being like, "Hey guys, I'm at this restaurant. Come check it out with me." It's mainly just about the food or whatever service that they provide and whatever you're going to see there. So
mm.
if you do go out to these restaurants, um, remember that you kind of have to you're kind of like creating like an advertisement for them and it's not necessarily a time for you to be like, hey guys, I'm a real estate agent, I'm gonna check out this place. It's kind of like a time and place type of situation, so the videos that you create should be about the restaurant and not you pitching yourself as a real estate agent at the restaurant. um
Yes.
yes, because that could not go well.
Yeah, yeah. And keep in mind, like when people see that, so like when you invite people to collaborate, and I'm pretty sure you all see it on Instagram, you see like the multiple icons of profiles on the reel. That's what's happening when people are collaborating with each other. And so when they see that, they already know, like just by looking at your photo and just by clicking on your profile, they know like, oh, this is a real estate agent. Because obviously in your bio, it says whatever your bio says about you being a real estate agent and you having your DRE number in there. And so you don't need to really say it, right? And it's all, yeah,
Exactly. It's
yeah,
all kind of like you kind of have to be like nonchalant about it, Like
yes,
it's like a lot of what Instagram is, and a lot of what at the moment this generation, the way that you're kind of like selling to this generation of internet users is you can't be obvious about what you're selling them or what you're telling them to do, right? So as a real estate agent, um, like even us like when we're brainstorming ideas here at like TWT and what we do for our Instagram, most of it never kind of like there really isn't a lot of content that we produce that's saying, "Hey guys, we're a real estate brokerage. Hit us up if you want to buy a home." It's more like, "Here's some tips if you want to buy a home." Because if somebody sees that and they see like tips or they see one of our amenity videos and they see our name linked to it, they're kind of like we're kind of like suggest like it's I don't. Like for lack of better words, it's almost like subliminal, like the type of like advertising that we're creating now, of like we're kind of like skirting around the idea and we're skirting around the selling point of like we're a real estate brokerage and we also went out to this restaurant. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like you Instagram would do the work for you. You don't have to
yes.
pitch yourself.
You have to sell. Yes, 100%. I'm gonna give you a prime example of this, and then anybody feel free to, ask a question while we're talking about this, because this is a really good Instagram strategy. Anybody who's doing any sort of farming in a neighborhood, and you like that's your neighborhood, right? Start doing it because now, on top of the flyers that you're sending to that farm, and on top of the open houses that you're doing on that farm, and on top of the door knocking and potential circle prospecting that you're doing in that farm. Now, like, think about it. If I was a homeowner and I just seen a flyer from this individual, and even if I crumpled it up and threw it away, now I pulled up my phone and I went on Instagram, and this real estate agent just went to a restaurant that I go to with my, for date night with my spouse all the time. In my head, I'm like, oh, this agent is cool. That's what goes on in my head. And so it's actually it's like yeah, it's very hard to explain. But here's a really quick story on how like this works. So that video that you all seen of Andrew, the one of him talking about open houses and the tactic, the reason why I filmed him doing that is because I was in the DMs of a real estate agent and she followed us, and then
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I she she followed us, and then what I did was every single real estate agent that follows us, I always DM them saying, "Hey, great, thanks for following us. how is the market? I always want engagement with them. That's all. I always want that, right? And again, that's our ICP. And so, what's it called? So I asked her, how's the market? And then we got into a conversation about open houses. And she told me her main source of doing business is open houses. And I'm like, tell me about them. Like, tell me how open houses are going right now. I'm always curious on how these, lead gen strategies are working for real estate agents. And she was, talking about all this. And we got to a point in the conversation where she was like, but one thing I struggle with is knowing how to convert the leads that come into my open house into appointments for myself. And that's when I went over to Andrew and I asked him, I said, how do you deal with this? And then I filmed him, and it was that video that I just showed you all. And then I sent that to her, right? So mind you, I didn't ask her a damn thing. Like I didn't ask her for like, hey, have you heard about the Warburton team? And we could do this for agents, we could do that for agents. I just asked her like, hey, how's the market going? And that led to open house conversation. That led to me sending her that video. That's the only person I sent that video to. She said, this is brilliant. And then I told her, I was like, there's more where that comes from. Have you been to one of our Wednesday trainings? And she was like, no. And today, matter of fact, in 15 minutes, she has a meeting with Annette about joining our team. And
Yeah.
so it's like, and you see, like, it came from like a giving perspective. It came from like a, hey, what's going on in your business right now? And what can I provide you for you right now? Right. And for us to develop this really good relationship online. And that's what brand is. Like, that's what, it's like now in her mind, she's like, wow, like he just gave me some free content that was specific to my situation. And so it's the same thing when you all creating content for homeowners, for people that are renting right now, that are looking to buy something. It's the same thing. Imagine starting up a conversation with somebody that just followed you because you did this, invite collaboration feature on Instagram, and they found you, and then you message them and say, hey, how's everything going? Oh, have you been to this restaurant? Have you tried it yet? And you guys get into a conversation. Next thing you know, you're heading to their house for a listing presentation because you find out that they need to sell a home. And that was after you sent them a video about like, whatever it is. And so,
Yeah, I think one of the more practical applications that you can see for yourself of how to do this as a real estate agent is actually if you go to Andrew's TikTok account, it's Property Advisor. He does this exact thing. Like
mhm,
he's essentially giving, if you go over to his TikTok, and I know this because I edit the TikToks that he posts, and I actually post on his account. So I like his whole strategy is giving tips to the home buyer or the home seller. And one of the things that he always says is like, "Oh, this is real talk," because his brand and the image that he's putting on this account is, "I'm just here to give you tips. Like, I'm not here to sell you I'm not here to sell me as a real estate agent for you." It's literally like every single video is just like real practical tips that you give to buyers and sellers. And I think that's like a really smart way of one, getting your name out there, and also knowing or kind of breaking that fourth wall between the consumer and yourself of like, I'm actually here to help you. I'm not just here to like sell you something. I'm
yes,
not here to like buy your home or sell your home. Like I'm here to like actually like be on this journey with you. And that's exactly what Andrew does on his TikTok, the property advisor. It's really cool. If you needed kind of like ideas of how to practice the tips that we've been telling you, that is a really good resource for how to do that.
yes, 100%. Yeah, that's the I put his TikTok in the chat. Anybody wants to go there, follow him, look at his content, and just study the way he does content. You literally can just replicate exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then just put it on your Instagram, put it on your TikTok. And so, but put your spin on it, right? Don't copy him verbatim because that's Andrew, that's his style, right? So whatever your style is, whatever your personality is, add that flavor to the mix, if you will.
Mhm.
Does anybody have any questions regarding that? Regarding collaborating with local businesses? Um,
You had mentioned to get the person's account to send them the request to collaborate. If they have, let's say, like multiple accounts, um, are we sending it to the business page or to the person that's managing the account, and which one
business
shows
page.
up?
Yeah, because you want the business page because what you want is their followers. That's what you want. You want the eyeballs of their followers. And so that is going to be their local business page. If they have, 6,000 followers on their local business page, and they're a coffee shop. It's even more beneficial if the owner has a brand too. And so because now you're tagging both of them. And so the owner obviously has relationships with other coffee shops, with other, individuals in the local neighborhood. And so to be honest, I would do both. I would tag them in both.
Got it.
Yeah. And so yeah, we did that
As
one.
agents, I think a really good idea too is like if you're out like showing property and you stumble upon a listing agent, a good conversation to have with them is like, hey, like how is your social media doing? Like, how are you finding social media? Have like sparking that conversation and not as a conversation to kind of like steal their ideas, but in a way to kind of collaborate with them. If they have a couple of like, if you know that we here at the Warburton team have a bunch of buyers and they have a couple of listings, like that is your moment to be like, hey, like let's both hop on a video where we're like doing a home tour and then let's collaborate with each other. That way you're getting exposure, you're giving exposure to their as to their followers and they're giving exposure to you from their followers.
Mhm.
So you're kind of just like in a trade-off. I think eventually like with the rise of like social media in real estate, it's gonna get to that point where like there's like competition is going to like be at a stalemate between brokerages or agents. Like it isn't gonna be very like cutthroat anymore. And it's gonna be like it's gonna get to the point where we're just gonna have to like help each other. So yeah, just like starting that conversation with other agents as well to like see like what's going on. Like maybe we could help each other out?
Mhm. Yeah, especially EXP agents. I know EXP agents towards other EXP agents, they're like super helpful.
Yeah.
And so yeah, leverage anything you can. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's Instagram Reels for you. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. And keep in mind you can do that amenity strategy on any platform, by the way. And so if you have a YouTube account, a TikTok account, Snapchat, anything of that nature that where there's a following on there for whatever reason. I know live videos are getting very popular now. So like Twitch, I know YouTube Live, Facebook Live, those types of like live videos. I know those are getting very popular. And so, but yeah, definitely reach out to local restaurants in your area and local restaurants, local amenities, and yeah, collab with them and get your brand built. Be the most popular real estate agent in town because at the end of the day, that's what it is. I always think this is the last thing that I'm gonna end off on. The way that I use social media, it's literally like networking on steroids. That's what it is. You can literally sit in the office or sit in wherever you want and literally go and find whoever you want on any channel. And you can collaborate with them, you can create content with them, you can DM them, you can comment on their photos. Some of our best perform, and I didn't even get to the second and third best performing piece of content. The second one, how much time we got? 12:51. Is this good stuff for you all? Like, let me know if we need to just cut it off if it's not valuable for you all. Um, and so, but the second most popular piece of content that we have, and this is a curveball right here. It's commenting on other people's posts. I talk about it and I
Cliffhanger, and then we end it off there.
yeah. Yeah, commenting on other people's posts. And the reason why is because, again, I'm just like following attention. I'm following where the attention is. And I do this, we literally do this all the time. I wish I had time to show you all. Maybe next time I'll show you guys. But literally, multiple of our comments get hundreds of likes. And that's just nuts. It's to a point to where on LinkedIn, they're starting to show how many impressions that your comment gets. And so it's crazy. Like literally go onto Instagram right now and for real estate agents, yours will be like in order to find like home buyers and home sellers, obviously nobody's like hashtagging, oh, searching for a property. Obviously nobody's doing that. And so, but what are they doing? They're hashtagging the cities, they're hashtagging the restaurants, they're hashtagging the cool hiking spot that nobody knows about. And so that's what they're tagging, and that's what you have to find. Whatever interests that you have, I would look those interests up. If you're interested in horse riding, look up equestrians, right? Hashtag equestrian, hashtag SoCal equestrian, hashtag, whatever sort of like horse riding events that you would hashtag. You kind of have to like get into that niche, and you know the niche better than anybody else. And so, anyways, go into that niche on Instagram or on any sort of other. This works on every channel. I've done it on two so far, Instagram and LinkedIn, and it works on both, right? And comment in the description. And it has to be genuine, not three fire emojis, right? Make it genuine, a genuine comment. If you go on to somebody's, if you have a what's it called? If you're into like let's say like men's grooming or whatever for your like hair and your face and your mustache and all that good stuff, go on to Instagram and hashtag bearded men or something like that, right? And then you're gonna find individuals in your neighborhood that have beards and they really groom their beards and they take care of their beards. And so if you found an individual on there like Jonathan Marani and you were like, dang, dude, like that beard is on point. I love it. What's your grooming care? Like, what's your routine for keeping up to date with your beard? That's a genuine comment, right? And so we were doing this like 10, 20 of these a day. And that's how we were able to like grow our account because we were getting more recognition, not only from the people on the account that we were commenting on, but then also their following that was going into the comments and reading the comments, right? Our comment would also, our comment would always be at the top. And so, what's it called? Because it had the most engagement on it. And so literally I can scroll into our Instagram. I wish I could show you guys. I want to show you guys, but I know they're already past time. But yeah, on our Instagram account in our notifications, we get notified every single time somebody likes one of our comments. And so I'm just gonna scroll to the last one that we had. So let's see. Where's that? Where's that? So this one comment, sorry. It's a post it's a post of someone holding wine and they're going to a jacuzzi. So it was a real estate agent and they were talking about like something like going on vacation or whatever. And they're holding wine and they're walking to their jacuzzi. It got over 62,000 likes, their post, right? And over 200 comments. It had over 23,000 shares. And the number one comment in it is ours. So when someone goes to the comment, they see us, right? And in the comment, all I did was comment, wine and jacuzzi is never a mistake with the cool glasses emoji, right? And I got 74 likes on that comment. And it's just like it's like, it's random stuff like that, right? And then the actual creator of the account, they commented us back and they just saying, always a good idea, right? And so like that's what I always want. It's genuine engagement on the platform. And I'm telling y'all, like, sheesh, like I'd be doing that. I would be adding that to my list of to-dos every single day where I am going in and I'm just commenting, 10 times on 10 different accounts. And it's not hard. You can do it while you're sitting down on your break. I do it anytime I like go out on walks with my dog. Like it's so simple to do that. And again, it's just another way, another hack just to get your name out there. And not only that, but like that then leads into another strategy that we're not going to talk about today, but it's actually how to get those DMs from individuals. We call it in the marketing world inbound leads, people who are coming inbound and asking you, hey, I've seen that you're a real estate agent. I'm actually thinking about buying a home. Would you suggest a new construction property or should I go for a resale? You get comments like that if you post correctly and you engage correctly and you build your brand online. It's the most powerful tool. It's the most powerful sales tool. Um, any questions? I know we've been talking a long time, especially Eric. Man, sometimes it's
Oh,
very hard to get Eric to,
take a step back,
yeah, take a step
give
back.
others the spotlight. I know, I'm sorry.
Chatterbox, man. I don't know what it is, but he sometimes comes into these conversion labs with a chip on his shoulder, and